Um, as a Coco, I realized the importance of, or as a would be, as part of OCC, I realized the importance of deadlines because like deadlines were overlooked. Like it was like, okay, you can just turn it in later. Like you can't have that because I know like with you guys and your programs, hella stress, like trying to get everything together. I really think that deadlines should be enforced and like really like put on a strict schedule. Like when you're doing the script, like not just put an end result, but like keep them on track. You know, with each act, each scene, have it done within a specific time frame. Because I feel that's how it is in school. You know, like if you're just given an essay and you're like, oh, it's due in a month, you're not going to do it till the night before. But if they make you do rough drafts, all of that stuff, you're gonna stay on track, you know. And every time you approach a deadline, you always it's better in general for your whole script because you look back on it, you revise it, but then just everything just flows more. So I really think that setting mini deadlines within the big deadline would really help solve the problem.
For me, I think one of the most important things that, I don't know, that should be established is a really good communication between the Coco and the scriptwriters. I think if you have that really good communication, like I think they'll know, I don't know, like they'll know that you care, right? And if you have the good communication where you're periodically like checking up on them, seeing how far they've gotten, then it's like they know that you would want, they know that there are deadlines to be met. Because I mean, like if you talk to a, okay, for example, if you talk to a script writer and you're like, okay, like this is what I need to be done, whatever, and then you just leave it aside, of course they're gonna take advantage, you know, of that, and just they won't, you know, because if they don't see anyone, or they like sometimes like for people to actually do something, they just need someone to like push them. And if there's if there's a good communication between the Coco and the scriptwriter, where the Coco is, yeah, like asking them, how are you doing? How far have you gotten? Blah blah blah. Then I think that that's a way that that deadlines can be met. I want to like branch off to like what you say, like I think it would be nice too if like the Cocos can kind of have like a deadline for scriptwriters, and if scriptwriters like if it's hard for scriptwriters to meet that deadline, then I think that's when like the action of the Coco comes in, right? Like to ask, oh well, what can I do for you to help you meet this deadline? And like sometimes for scriptwriters, like I understand that like they have writer's block, and it just takes a little like inspiration for like scriptwriters to write. So I think like if by having a really good communication with or by having good communication between the Coco and the scriptwriter, I think the scriptwriter, if they do need some inspiration, will be comfortable to talk to the Coco about like, oh yeah, I need this and this to help me write whatever. Then I think, I don't know, I think that's how like this script can be written. Does everyone get it? Yeah? Okay.
Cool. I just wanted to keep it short and simple. I would have the scriptwriters appointed well before this quarter ends, and I would want them to have the majority, if not all, the script written during the summer, and probably have deadlines like every 3 weeks, and then not have it completely finished so that we could collaborate, because of course go home, normal, whatever, and we collaborate and meet up in the fall, and if they need any sort of assistance as Coco, I'd be willing to help them.
I don't have personal experience with OCC, to be honest. But I know that when people were talking about OCC, Daniel Luke brought up the fact that during his year, it was really, really fun. And so I think that because I'm aware of that, I think I would first consult him and ask him, okay, well, what made OCC fun that year, and how is it, or how should it be, you know, like the year that if I did become Coco, like how like what can I do to make sure that whatever you had that time can happen this time? I think maybe a lot of it has to do with praising them for what they do, right? Because like I honestly like didn't really understand like how much OCC had like contributed to PCC, and I think that if you continuously like motivate them and tell them like you're doing a wonderful job, like thank you so much, you know, like please don't give up because you know like we appreciate what you're doing. I think that if you give them that, if you give them just that motivation, I think for people like when they in order for them for like to still enjoy their job, they have to like figure out like okay, like I'm doing this, and I initially took on this job because, and I think for everyone, like even though like a person like quote unquote forced them to do it, like there's a reason why they said yes, right? And I think that if Cocos do the job as like I don't know, just keep motivating them and keep telling them like okay, like you're doing this because we're gonna and you're making this happen. I think that that's a good way to like keep people focused and make them not feel so tired or make them not see their job as like a burden.
I really liked what we did. I think we had 2 retreats for OCC. I personally couldn't make either one, but I really liked that idea. I think that was really refreshing. Me personally, I kind of had a bad experience with OCC because I couldn't make a meeting or 2, but when I asked what I needed to be doing, I was told that I wasn't needed. So it's like I was on OCC, but I wasn't. And I would have liked maybe more another hand to have told me what to do. So it was kind of like I got the credit for being on OCC, but I didn't really feel like I did anything. And I even asked if I was needed to do anything, and I was told I didn't. But I just really feel like Elisa said that the members need praise and maybe an incentive of some sort. Maybe we could have a day or something where we do something fun. I just feel like they really deserve something for all the hard work.
I definitely agree, and I feel like OCC should be really tight-knit because they're putting so much time and effort into this production. So, like, I think bonding opportunities are a really good idea. Just like going on a picnic, like stuff like that, where you could just talk with them because when you talk with them, you really understand where they're coming from, why they're there, and I know that with me, I was like the final weeks were just really trying and trying to gather everything, you know, and at the same time, I felt like I wasn't doing enough. Like I felt like what I was doing didn't really help anything. But then, like having the older people talk to me, like having the Cocos talk to me, having everyone just like express like what they're feeling, it really helps to like get you back on track, get you motivated again. Because like I know that even like with you, Camille, our trips to Home Depot, like they were fun, like things like that, like still getting stuff done, you know. But like so just where you get to know the person more, and when like people that have been in OCC and PCC before, when they're able to like talk to the first years and people that are new to PCC, they really do inspire and like keep them motivated, and like it really helps.
I think also, like, I know that venting, like, for some people, is kind of like a release. So I think that, like, as a Coco, like, they should be there to listen. I understand that, like, Cocos have their personal stuff that they go through, but to always, I don't know, like, because people in OCC are taking their time off, you know, to help the Cocos, so that the Cocos don't have to deal with all that stuff. So I think it should be a Coco's job to make sure that they are available, to make sure that, like, if they do talk to an OCC member, that they don't show that they're stressed out or mad or angry or whatever. And, you know, like, if someone from OCC is, like, having trouble or just needs to talk or just needs to get to release whatever they have inside, I think that already does a lot, and that, like, you know, like, helps people, like, just be focused and do their job.